26. And here we go. All right, welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. Let's do Virgo for the week of June 26th. Can't believe we're already almost into July, deep into Mercury season. For those of you that don't know, hit me up. I'll teach you some things. So, Mercury retrograde. Lots of fun on that. I wondered if Marvel's going to pop back on here, knowing I was going to be here. So, let's take a look and see, using Dragon Tarot, what your Virgo, general Virgo sun sign looks like. Here we go, Virgo. We have the Strength card. King of Wands, Three of Swords, Mercury. Three of Wands, pressure, criticism, Emperor. So the first thing that I'm seeing that's striking right now, and this is a very common thread that's going on with a bunch of the signs. Some of what is showing up like universally, which is the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is miscommunication. And it doesn't come up in every reading, but it does remind us that that is in play. So very first thing that comes up in the center of the reading there is the Three of Swords. So it reminds us to be cautious, pay attention, slow down, listen. We have the Strength card, which means we're being asked to pull on our strengths in order to execute the required tasks that are coming up for us next. Three of Wands, that's pressure. Like, Three of Wands is criticism. It's that whole like getting an evaluation from your boss, or it's like sitting down having a hard talk with your friend or your partner or your spouse. You know, it's like messing up and having people notice it and getting criticized for it. It's like having, you know, falling down and people seeing you do it. It's not a comfortable place to be, right or wrong, good or bad. It just feels exposed, like you accidentally walked outside to get the mail in your underwear and somebody's out there. Oops. So, not saying I did or didn't do that, just saying it sounds like something I would do. But anyways, Page of Swords, which is irritation, Two of Wands, which is feeling like you're stuck in between two things. So here's the thing with the Three of Wands, which is criticism, and the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is a portion of being of two minds. So not unlike the Two of Swords, which is like making a decision and being split in the middle, like you're gonna split hairs over this decision. The Two of Wands is literally like having a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other. That could be any dynamic whatsoever between your partner and your kid in an argument, your boss and another employee, you know, another couple that you know, the husband and wife are telling you a story. So it's like that being in between thing, not necessarily that you like it or whatever, but it's like one of those uncontrollable things that you find yourself in. You also have the Hierophant. So this leads me to believe that a lot of these upheavals that are going on for Virgo right now, and I say upheaval because we have the indecision, the criticism, the Page of Swords, which is attitude, and then the Eight of Swords, which is overwhelm. So as you have this little upheaval going on, there's this Hierophant, and the Hierophant has its own meaning, but depending on how it shows up, it gives us an indication of what's happening. So the Hierophant has this in play of the strings being pulled. And let me show it to you. So the Hierophant traditionally is, and this is why I want to create a tarot deck one of these days, because the images change for us on what we believe we see. So right here we have the Hierophant, which is the master or someone pulling strings. This one has like a little pope and a puppet, right? So you feel like you're being puppeted right now. However, this sometimes Hierophant also means higher lessons. So I feel Virgo's really taking this opportunity to dive deep and look and see what's the lesson behind everything. Like if I'm going to be criticized, if I'm going to be unsure, if I'm going to have this short attitude, short temper, because I am seeing the Page of Swords. So that's like road rage, PMS, feeling like you want to bite. What does a caged animal do but bite? Bite back. Come for you. Don't open that door. Because we've all been in that right now. It's like we feel as if we're cornered, caged, pinned up a little bit. So here we have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords has blinders on and some obstacles in front of him. And he doesn't realize that if he just takes a step back behind these swords, right, that are in front of him, he just takes a step back, takes the blinders off, looks up, doesn't move forward like any of those other options besides all this crazy stuff he thinks he sees. So unplugging for Virgo is a really good idea right now too. So you have an opportunity to look at what the lessons are. I didn't mean to rant on you, but see the rest here. V for victory, Six of Wands, the Sun card by the end of summer, King of Coins, Five of Coins, Star card, and the Queen of Swords. So in talking about the relationship of these other cards and the energy that's going on for you, I'm seeing the Queen of Swords as the most pivotal. And what that means is you're walking away from certain situations in order to win. So you have the Six of Wands, and how the Six of Wands comes in play is it's a sudden victory. It's not something you can actually bank on or bet for it to occur. It's usually one of those things that a twist of fate usually delivers the thing you were looking for anyway. Cautionary things, watch your attitude. Don't get so frustrated in analysis paralysis or overwhelm, because this is going to border on anxiety for you. It's just there is a lot. So it's more fatigue than anxiety for you. A little bit of overwhelm. Can't decide how you want to move your way out of the puzzle. Five of Coins, guys. Five of Coins. So there's a puzzle. And it feels like it might even be financially, but I think there's more to it than that. There's like all kinds of dynamics that you want to figure out the puzzle, going through the maze. So as you're navigating all of this, your recommendation is to back up a little bit, stop moving forward, take the blinders off, maybe ask some more striking questions, the hard ones, the ones nobody wants to hear. It's an ugly thing to have to do, but sometimes you have to be like, yo, I gotta ask you before we move forward, just to be clear. So that's how your general reading is going. The highlights being, you know, the Strength card, the King of Wands, and the King of Coins. It references money coming your way. Emperor is leadership, so you're going to be required to step into leadership and make decisions independently of any other input right now. You got to trust what you've already gathered. We also have the Star card, which references a little bit of balance for you. Sometimes you have your head too far in the clouds, and maybe that's your problem, is that you have your head too far in the clouds and ideals instead of really coming to ground with some of the things that you want to do. Let's pull a card for you from Mystic Dreamer. That's going to be the Virgo moon reading. And go from there. Book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. Get your little relationship reading, your money reading, and any energy work done. Call me, karmaondeck.com. And here we go for Virgo moon. Ace of Swords, Emperor again. So like I say, there's your indicator card. The thing you need to focus on the most is leadership, Virgo. You got to step into leadership, much as you're afraid, because you have the Moon card. The Moon card's all about fear, taking a journey you don't really want to be stepping into. I'm also seeing the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups plays with your moods. Mood, Cancer moon, mood. Chariot, possible movement. There's the damn Tower card. So here's the thing. Virgo is having a tendency to act like everything's fine. Sometimes you're playing with platitudes. How are you? Fine, thank you. So, and then there's sometimes, like I know myself, my best friend, I know I bring this up often, but it's a good analogy. You know, I'll be texting her. She'll be asking me how I'm doing. I'll be hitting a roadblock, and then I'll flip the question in the conversation and talk about how grateful and blessed I am. And she'll say, don't give me platitudes. If you're having a hard day, I want to hear it. I don't know how to be there for you unless I know what's going on. So be careful that you don't fake it so much that you start living a false life. You know, you have the 10 of Cups, which is all, the word I'm looking for, false fronts, and, you know, the nice, the fake, the costume. That's the right word for it. Not fake it till you make it, but when you have a facade in front of you, definitely trying to pretend like there's that, definitely gotta remove that. Kind of like Rain Man over here, definitely. So you have the 10 of Cups here, which is asking, like, you know, you're pretending too much. So make sure you let the right people in. Don't make that a huge habit. So you also have the Death card, you have the 8 of Swords, you have the 10 of Swords, you have the High Priestess, and the Queen of Cups. Let's see here. So things are going to get a little easier for you, but right now Virgo's sitting in fear. And it's real fear. This is almost like PTSD. Is another hit going to come? And we go through life, especially this generation, we've got it pretty good, right? And so for the first time, the water has been tainted a little bit, and now we're concerned about where the next fresh sip is going to come from. So as we're looking at these things, it's this deep concern about the fate of the world, everything from earthquakes and murder hornets and other bullshit, right? So as we're looking at all of it, we're like, I don't even know what's possible now. So just know that the good is as possible as the bad. You can be as creative as you want to be, using the same resources, doing different things. So don't get caught up in how things should be. Start looking at what the opportunities could be. And I know that's hard when you're in the middle of the tailspin, so to speak. I mean, you know, you can't hydroplane and keep aiming forward. You got to figure out the spin first. So we have the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is victiming. So you're feeling a little bit as if the world's against you, and they might be portraying that a little bit towards your friends, family, loved ones, those that are close to you. Because we have the Moon card and the 10 of Swords. Make sure you don't stay in victim. Take accountability where you can and shake it off when you can, right? And I am seeing that, you know, Virgo's a little emotional. but you're weathering it well. And here's why. I see the Queen of Swords. I'm sorry, Queen of Cups, which is weathering things well. You do have the Tower card. You're just like a Leo, feeling as if things are shaken up. The Tower card's in all of our lives right now. So unfortunately, I can't undo that and just hope that it's going to be perfect. But I am going to tell you the Six of Swords tells me that the storm is about to clear for you. And none of this really looks as if there's more events coming. It just looks like you're having a hard time holding on. Remember the Strength card. So the Strength card's all about making sure that you just take a deep breath, take care of you, and move through the next phase. I just want to mention, though, Virgo, we do have a little respite, a little tiny break here. You should be feeling some clarity today and tomorrow. Pay attention to some of those dates Nahum mentioned on Spiritual Bodybuilder. I didn't take any notes on that. It's not my job. I'm not an astrologer yet. However, we got a lot of moving parts going on, so give yourself some grace. I am going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. Hopefully that gave you a little clarity, a little sense of not feeling so cuckoo with all these moving moves. And here we go with your Divination of the Ancients message. Let me know where you are in the world. Like, subscribe, and share on my YouTube channel, Karma on Deck. Let me know where you are and how you feel your reading went. So for those of you on my other social media platforms, that's where you... Perception. So you have the runes. Woo! And isn't that what your whole reading was about, was perception? Like, reset your shit. So get yourself isolated a little bit, but not too far that you go depressed. Don't cut your people off that need to hear from you, that want to help you and support you. Because I do feel like you have more support out there than you think you do. But the runes is all about perception. Pay attention to your I ams. I am a victim. I am having a hard time. I am moving forward. I am restructuring. I am thinking about the future. So pay attention to what your perception is, because perception is projection. If you're feeling shitty, the world looks shitty. So recalibrate in whatever way you can. Surround yourself, go COVID, right? Surround yourself with the activities and people that feed you. So that's pretty much how it sits for you, Virgo. Thank you for hanging out with me. Tomorrow, we will be playing with the signs of Libra and Scorpio. There you have it, guys. Like I said, the answer to every question is love. Please love on it. You can't screw it up if you try to come from love. Catch you guys on the flip side.